Hey, this is Ada.
And this is Stefan.
And welcome to Living Simply in Mexico.
All right, so this is part 2 of the wintertime, December, January in Puerto Vallarta. In this video, we're going to talk about actually New Year's and then beyond that, and some of the things we've done here in Puerto Vallarta, and give you a sense for what it's really like down here for us, and kind of compare and contrast that a little bit with what we've seen in the past here in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, and you basically had a long weekend without me. I came down on actual New Year's Day, so yeah.
And it was kind of sad because Ada flew back up north and then came right back and missed New Year's here. And we had some friends over and had it was wonderful. Again, the fireworks. You cannot miss the fireworks on New Year's Eve here in Puerto Vallarta.
That New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, there were some really, really big waves. That was kind of the news story in kind of on the West Coast, California all the way down. I kind of knew that in the back of my head, and then when I looked out the window of the plane as we were kind of approaching Puerto Vallarta, I was like, wow. The waves, like you could really tell the difference. I'm used to seeing what those waves look like on a normal basis, and it was clearly distinctly larger waves all the way down the coast.
This is Mantamar with the high waves. Holy cow. No beach set up this morning yet. Dang.
They had to push all of the tables and chairs up. The next day, I was walking the Malecon, and they had heavy equipment basically taking the sand and putting it back on the beach. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So I was tracking Ada all the way back down here on New Year's Day. And you have some things to say about going through the airport, right?
Immigration was super quick, as that usually is. The immigration line usually is fast. What will get you is the customs line. All right, that was a crazy customs line. Nothing like traveling on the 1st of January. If your bladder can hold it, wait until after you get out of customs and to the exit of the airport. That is a better bathroom, by the way. Usually right over by Tacos Frontera, not far from the ATM. So just a little pro tip if your bladder can hold it. Because all I have is a backpack, I think I'm gonna ride the local bus. So just make sure, if you're traveling super light like I am, now if you've got like a carry-on, now get a taxi or an Uber. But I have, like I said, all I have is a backpack, so I've got 20 pesos. So if you got 10 or 20 pesos, the bus is 10 pesos. Just walk to the left once you exit the airport. Bus stop right over there. So let's see how long I have to wait. It's about 4 o'clock, so we'll see. And by the way, once again, there is your pedestrian bridge. The entrance is there to get to the other side. Just as easily could either catch buses going the opposite direction if you're going towards Nueva Vallarta, or else catching your Uber. And usually, if you get the opportunity, right there is the Tacon de Marlin. Super, super yummy. Like I said, if I was here with Stefan, we would have stopped there, probably had lunch. So, but the Uber drivers will be around there is where you're gonna pick them up. Taxis are usually right back here, and they're going to be probably about half to a third as much as inside the airport. I waited all of about, 30 seconds. And yeah, there's actually, it's not super full today, probably because it's the holiday, and we don't have kind of the typical going to work. So my guess is if you come here on a weekend, it's probably not going to be as busy than if you came during a weekday. At this time, kind of late afternoon on the bus. So once again, it's going to be probably your locals that are taking the bus. And it's a ride. I kind of mentioned you needed to have your exact change. So they didn't have any change on them. So we had to wait till the next stop, and somebody actually paid us some change so I could get my 10 pesos back for my 20. So anyways, they'll work with you, but if you have anything, if you've got a 50, good luck, but a 20, you're usually okay. So you see on the front windshield there, that's where you're going to see where the location, where they're going. At the very bottom, which you don't see, as it says Centro. So this was where this bus was headed. It's where we're going. All right, that was pretty perfect. Yeah, so bus is pretty slick. I think one thing to note is the weather today is absolutely perfect. It's actually, if anything, cool for Puerto Vallarta. That might be a decision maker if you know you've got to walk any distance to your destination. And in terms of air conditioning, some buses have it, most don't. Most just keep the windows open. It was pretty comfortable today. It looks like there's still a bit more still construction in progress, which doesn't surprise me since it's a holiday. So you kind of, I'm glad I took the bus because they would have probably dropped me off here anyways if I was taking a taxi. I saw a sign back there that said hangover party. I wasn't invited. All right, we got nothing like having the roads closed on both ends, so
They're crazy.
kind of a little trapped in here these days.
And I was so happy to see it. All the stuff that she did, basically, if you watch her last video, she went up for 2 days to get my dad in order, in the U.S. in a hospital, got him all settled, and then came right back down. And that was pretty amazing. And so we were happy she got back just in time for dinner.
So I went from on the bus, on the local bus, to ready to head out to La Capella. So all dressed up.
Yeah, I know. Crazy,
What,
huh?
40 minutes to spare?
I'm impressed. Ada did it all this week.
I had a busy
Good
week.
way.
I had a busy week.
Yeah, you're crazy.
We didn't have a critter of the episode in the last video, but we definitely have.
We had an asp.
Oh, well, that's true. We did. We didn't call it a critter episode. Anyway.
I've never seen squirrels down here, which is funny because there's squirrels all over the place where back home. And I was downstairs and I heard this weird sound. It's the first time we've had a squirrel.
Yeah, I thought it was just a really loud, lizard doing their thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. However, the Gorrobo did its thing. I think it's female, by the way.
I don't know.
I think the darker ones are. Again, let us know if you know.
I'm not a Gorrobo expert.
But it was pretty chilly here after New Year's.
It's kind of funny. It's actually really cold here lately. I'm speaking softly because people are still asleep, but our poor Gorrobo, who's been hanging out with us, I think the guy is a little... I think our guy's a little cold up there. What do you think? He's not moving. It's probably in the 60-degree Fahrenheit mark. So hopefully he livens up a little bit more today.
So little Gorrobo was sitting there on a rock, not moving for like about 3 days.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
thought it was dead for a second.
Yeah, and then it started warming up, and and then I heard a little rustling, and down it crawled. They're not friendly. If they feel threatened, they will be more unpredictable.
The Gorrobo was not a good house guest.
No, wasn't appreciative. You'll see. All right, dude. Come on out of the fountain. Go outside. It's warm. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep coming. There you go, baby. Yep. It's sunny out there. You're gonna love it. Oh, really? You have to pee on my floor? Really, dude? All right, that was rude. That's so rude. I have to clean up iguana piss. Gee, now you gotta walk it through. Yeah, just keep going. I'm pissed off at you. You're a bad house guest. Yeah, keep going. I know you love the sun, but I want you just to take a few more steps out the door. Please?
One of the things that Ada handles, thankfully, is all the utility payments that we do. And so you did that this year, right?
Yes. It's Shorty and Smiley, which means Whose legs do those belong to? Of course, it's Naked Jaguar Tours, Audra. We are here at Sayapal. I took the opportunity actually to go for walkies with my friend Audra, Naked Jaguar Tours. If you don't follow her on YouTube, you can give her a follow. Or a subscribe. Here at Sayapal to pay my anticipated water bill for the year. This is really, really handy. Once you've had your water turned on, basically your water contract for a year, it needs to be a year long, then you're eligible to be able to come in January. And I don't know if it kind of happens this first week or if kind of whenever, but for us it's in January. You come here to the Sayapal building, and just really quick, this is the main building here. If I go on the street, I've got a picture of it, but that's the main building where usually you've got the little checkout people where you can actually pay your bill. There's also, I think, a couple of little machines that are there where you can always pay your individual bill. And actually, Sayapal, you can actually pay your water bill online, which is really convenient. So that's nice when you're not here. But then there's an adjacent building here, which has this really cool mural on it. And that is where usually when you're first getting your water contract, or when you're going to pay for your anticipated water bill, where you go. So the process is this: you basically, we just got a bill at the end of the month here, and because you pay the anticipated amount, whatever, if you used more, you'll have to pay that difference first. So I had to go over here to this building first and pay that sort of remainder. And then I came over to this building, and once I was here, then they basically tally everything up, and then basically what my total bill was last year is what I'm paying this year. And I think they even give you a little small percentage discount for paying early. It's not, water in general is not, it's not bad. So anyway, so that is the process. And so then I don't have to deal with my water bill all year until the very end of the year. I will get a bill if I have used over what was anticipated. I'll pay the difference, or else it'll be a credit for the next year. So just kind of handy to know if you want to just make things a little easier for yourself. I paid my electric and my water bill, and it's always convenient to do it at the beginning of the year.
As usual, I almost not every episode, but I get my haircut with Eddie, and he always has the pulse of everything that's going on within Puerto Vallarta. So here is Eddie. I think I time all the videos with getting my haircut.
Yeah, that's okay. Good.
So my question for you is, what are people talking about? You get a lot of conversations with people, do a lot of hair. What are people talking about in Puerto Vallarta?
I think it's the ups and downs of living in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah?
And the water, and it's expensive, and they're complaining about the prices. That's gone up in the past 2 years, 3 years.
So prices and water, not having it, right?
Lack of, yeah. And in this past year, I've had not even past year, I'd say past 6 months, five customers, they don't know each other, and they're Canadian and American, are all leaving, but not to go back, but to go to other parts of Mexico, because they have a feeling it would be better.
Interesting.
Because of traffic, water, price.
Well, there you go.
That's it.
He always hits the tone of our videos. I don't know what it is. Two of the things that they talked about is the prices of things, and we'll go talk about that in a second, and water issues. And we had that here too. We're like the Facebook groups that we have in our local street was lighting up. We have no water.
Yeah, well, we didn't realize. we actually kind of unluckily, I hadn't done laundry in several days, and literally the afternoon I decided to do 2 loads of laundry. Was during the time that I was unaware of that we did not have the water was shut off because there was a water line that had. They've been in the process of fixing. Sayapal tore up the road to do some sort of repair or some sort of work to the water lines. This was about 4 months ago. They said it was going to take 2 months, so about 4 months ago. And they were starting to do some further repair the road. The backhoe that was there to do the repair, to also repair the road, broke the line, so that was kind of an emergency. So we didn't know what was going on. All we knew was all of a sudden,
that's it, full blast.
At least we have water. Thank goodness for the Tanacos, because our water is out in our community. Go figure. Hopefully we'll get it back soon.
We've got multiple Tanacos on our house. If there is usually a water outage, we have plenty of water. However, keep in mind, I was doing laundry and and we were like watering plants out in the front. Like it was the day to kind of clean up, and so we were a little worried that things were not working. So you went up and checked it out. We're going to be contacting our maintenance guy to service our Tanacos, basically clean them completely out. Because when we turned on the water for our initial, when the water did come back on, it was muddy. And so keep in mind that our house supposedly has a filtration system, which we don't trust, and this is why I don't trust it. But also, you kind of figure that water is also going in the Tanacos. So you may have that initial water that comes out your spout, maybe a little bit of the some of the debris that might have been left over. So that will build up inside your Tanacos. I've got some issues here I got to resolve here, and that is we've got our pots. We got two of our big pots where we have ferns that they were gracked last time, but now let's see if you can see it. It's basically completely opened up.
What I had to do is, take them out of the pot, and they had bought some new pots, and we were going to split them up and put them in the new pots. I did not realize that we're not gardeners. There's many of you gardeners out there. I did not realize how difficult it is. Like it was a fern, to split the fern in two. It was crazy.
Uh-oh.
We need more tools.
Uh-oh. It's like a murder happening.
It is. This is just like full of, there's no dirt. It's just...
Good luck. We have a shovel downstairs.
Do we? Let's
Yes.
get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. I don't know why I know this, but if you're like a woman in Gen X or whatever, you watch TikTok and you get like the lumberjack dude. We need him right now. you get him, don't you?
I would love the lumberjack. It's okay, you're still my lumberjack. Come on, let's see that Thor. Let's see that Thor. Look at that power. Feel it. There are some interesting TikToks where there's like guys splitting wood, and that attracts a female audience. It could attract a male
it's
audience
supposed to
also.
signify some other activity.
No, he's just splitting wood, whatever. But anyways, so yeah, we had Stefan here trying to be lumberjack because splitting these roots was no joke. So anyways, you could have started your own. Well, I don't know.
No, past my prime. Sorry.
Don't hurt your back. Bend your knees. There you go. Look at that.
Just like splitting that trunk.
Okay.
All right, the rest is you.
Yeah, you chose this gardening project right now.
So we had some friends come over, and one of the things, and this is sort of an ups and downs episode. One of the downs that we saw is that for especially mid-range to higher end restaurants, the prices, they up the prices not only for like the big days of like Christmas or Christmas Eve or New Year's.
That's understandable.
That's typically we've seen overall most restaurants have up their prices just generally for the entire winter season.
I've found, especially with drinks.
Yes.
And that's the sneaky one because it's like they might just nudge it a little bit on the food, but the drinks definitely a big increase, and so you don't realize. Until kind of after the fact, and you're like, whoa, what was my bill? And you realize if you had 2 drinks, that was more than your meal.
Obviously, the exchange rate hasn't been good for especially Canadians, but also folks from the U.S. And so you had the increased prices and the exchange rate. People will come out and bring pesos, and they realize, oh my gosh, I kind of ran out. Everybody actually we meet tells us that. And looking at some of this stuff, it is the case.
Service was the slowest we have ever experienced.
The one example would be, we went to this one place, and you know who you are. We ordered some extra bread, right? And it was, I think 6 of us were there eating the extra bread. And the bread came after we were finished with our dinner, and then they charged like $20 equivalent for the bread.
Yeah.
So it's like, that was like, I don't know. It just wasn't a pleasant experience, and definitely going to go to the better restaurants
Yeah, and unfortunately, with that, we decided we never want to go to that restaurant again. It was.
Go, Ada.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It hit me in the wrong spot, and it was a place that we would have wanted to support. But bright spot was for us. We enjoy just going to the local, kind of our local taco stands or local small hole in the wall restaurants.
Our famous place with the broken sign. 5 for $85. Yum, 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 yum. You like your taco place?
Oh, I love this taco place. It's easy.
Yes.
It's our go-to, but they're closed on like Sundays or Mondays. I can never remember, but otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, we just go right across the street to where all the others are.
All good. Yeah, with our friend's son, we went to, was it Güipi's, which is down near the Pharmacia, right?
Yeah, and that's right across from the taco stand. And sometimes we'll eat at the actual taco stands. The reason why we'll choose the Güipi's, I think is what it is that they just have a place to sit. And so sometimes if it's, I just want to sit down and eat as opposed to stand on the sidewalk or whatever and eat.
Okay, well, you got the real food going on there.
Yeah, this is the 5 for 85 peso special that we just always get.
Yep.
I'm always like, there's always one taco too many. So I will stuff myself, but you should leave room for the churro guy, which is around the corner.
Okay. Enjoy.
And then we went to Güeras.
Yeah, Güeras. Yeah, and I think that's, if you remember the Kinetic Tenants from back in the day, they used to always go there. Still awesome food. And yeah, it was
nice vibe, music, comfortable, air conditioning, really quick, really reasonable prices.
I think it was outside though, right? It was just a nice temperature.
It was nice temperature, but it just nice airflow. Everything about it, the little twinkle lights and stuff. It had a nice vibe to it. So we enjoyed that. We are back in our real world here, which is what we enjoy.
Good food.
Oh my gosh! Open that baby up. Oh, that's full of lots of stuff. I just went for my simple taco salsa store.
That was, I think, 110 pesos, I think, something like that.
110 pesos. That is awesome. And it came quickly. Fast service.
Yeah. So by the way, we're going to be doing a lot more taco stand food, I think, in the future, and also buying and bringing stuff in. So if you have any recommendations, let us know.
We may need to do our own taco tour.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, so
ourselves.
You also went to the local market a lot. You did the first Costco one for the big items, then those local market.
Costco, I mean, honestly, and nobody wants to be around a Costco. Oh my gosh, the lines.
The lines are like out the door there.
Yeah. I went beforehand so that, once again, it's kind of like the toilet paper towels, large amounts of beverages when you have a house full of guests, and whether that be water or alcoholic beverages. So we really use it more for that, and then buy all the other local food. I'm a little worried while you're measuring our grill. Are we bigger for more burgers?
Sure. 60 by 21.
Uh-oh. I see what's happening here.
It'll be an Amazon order.
I kind of want to also take a moment to highlight, once again, the reminder of one of the things that makes PV so great is the amount of talent that is here. And it blows my mind. So we talked about in our last episode, our last couple really, our neighbors, Stephen Retchless, who's got his show, Act 2. One of our other neighbors, just right on the other side of us, she actually, Sylvie and the Zippers were playing at Nacho Daddy's. And I think they play at Nacho Daddy's and Oasis. So they play a couple times a week in different
But
places.
they're recurring. You can catch them if you're for a week.
Yeah. So and you know what? I have never actually gone to see Sylvie perform, and we did at Nacho Daddy's, and man, what a treat on all aspects. So first of all, Nacho Daddy's the service was great there. Actually, they were on it. Food was good, service was good, and then once Sylvie and the Zippers started, they were fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of like they did the songs and it was good, but they kept on going and kept on going.
It just kept better. It got better and better.
She did a 3-hour set.
I don't think that's so typical, but it was like... the group that was in there was feeling it. Everybody was
The place was
dancing.
full.
Yeah, so I think she went over. They were all having a great time, and that was the thing. I think that's what's really fun, and you appreciate it when, you know, the performers who are there are just doing it for the sheer joy of performing, and that's a lot of the entertainers here in town. You know, yes, many of them are making a living, so definitely make sure you're giving them, you know, proper tips for that, because there's no charge to see this show. Right? It was, we were there for full dinner because you know, and drinks, because that's what we were there for, but also just we were excited to see the band. But yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, recognize that, you know, this is for some that's part of their part of what's helping them support living down here, but it is fun when you also see that side of them just performing because they just were having a great time.
Yeah.
So if you want a good time, make sure you catch Sylvie and the Zippers sometime at one of the locations that they're playing. Especially if you're Gen X, we knew every single song.
Yeah, everyone. And she also does tours during the day, so tour guide during the day and rock star at night, literally.
All sorts of tours.
Yeah, so we'll put some links down below regarding to her page. All right, so a couple things before we wrap up. There's going to be a long addendum to this video, which was our walk to actually through Paso Ancho. Up
the river.
Up the Quali River, and it was a really good walk. And for some people that don't like to necessarily see us talking all the time, but just want to see things, stick around for that. It's a really good just little walk, and highly recommended if you are in town. Not a whole lot of people do that. Just walk up the road. There's a place there that's a little bit of a trail, but mostly on the road. And you can do the whole thing on the road, right?
Yeah, and it's like the cobble strip, the regular freeway will end after where the former location of Barbecue El Rio, which is now
La Huerta,
something like that. And then you're on cobblestone streets, and it's really amazing how you can feel like you have just left the building.
Yeah.
You have left the city so quickly, and really appreciated having some tranquility of the river, and different sounds and sort of that vibe of those little communities that were along the river.
Yeah. So with that, you know, hang on for that. Otherwise,
or watch our TikToks.
Yeah,
we'll
TikToks,
we'll have a few of
Facebook,
those on there.
You know, one of those two on all the social media stuff going on. But it was a good time. So hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So thanks you guys for joining us.
Yes.
And like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, and if you run into us when we're in Puerto Vallarta, say hi. I noticed a couple people were like looking at me a little bit. We had a couple people come, and they were really wonderful. We're gonna actually do some videos with some in the future, so it'll be good.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys.
Take care, everybody.
All right, little creative use of creative awning, little TikTok project for you here in Coloso. Our last hurricane is walk to the river. This is a little bit this is south. Kind of in the I forgot what area this is. We're over by Vallarta, which first Saturdays of the month, Vallarta has a bit of a party, so that's it down this street here. I've never seen the back side of Vallarta. That is actually a pretty amazing mural. Street. Dragons. Gotta wonder, how old are these steps where they're that worn out? Have
Beautiful area, isn't it?
yeah. and chicharrones. You can smell those. You can't smell it through the camera, but there's no doubt what's going on in there. Cute little playground right on the river. Typical street dog. They don't care. Got that itch? This is where they grow Tanakos. No. St. Paul. Quite a collection there. I wonder if they have a Tanako trade-in program. Pedestrian bridge is still up. That's good. And mountain bikers off for their morning ride. So I love this mural. It's kind of a Mexican historical kind of past to present vibe to it. As we get to the right here, we get more of present day leaders. Not so much leaders. We've got some new birds since we've been here last. I think there was some that were there before that. Might have been changed. Oh no, there's our hawk. Or
I don't think you go across that bridge, huh?
all right, here we go. Bienvenidos a Paso Ancho. So I guess this is now La Puerta. Used to be El Rio barbecue. So FYI. It's a little early now. Breakfast. Roads turned back into cobblestone here. This was the major road we were on, so. Cocorays. Not open yet, but looks like a cool little spot. All right, that's Stefan's dream car right there. Safari. Yeah, sorry. All right, I'm gonna see across the river because if this is actually what's for rent, I'm gonna be a little bit worried. But I think it is the little place across it. This dog does not like cars. Anything with a wheel on it? Whew, watch out.
Oh, that is a road.
Holy cow.
amazing.
That was impressive. Muy bien! And that's how you get to your rental across the river. Oh, that's actually cute. That's nice. There is a suspension bridge right there.
You have to swim to it.
Yeah, no. There's a suspension bridge right there. There's a doggy on it.
Oh yeah, there's a.
This is Colonia Paso de Molino.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it is actually. I have to say, this is a really gorgeous spot.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. That's this is one of the most beautiful spots in Puerto Vallarta. Oh, caballito. Is it mama? Yes. All right. Stefan finds the one bridge. We're gonna test out his balance. He tries to do it while filming at the same time, I'll be impressed. He's pressing his luck. Ooh. Ooh. Little sketch there. Whoa. Ooh. All right, the dogs definitely rule the hood in these parts. I am not getting too close, but they are not looking like they're too aggressive. Hi, babe. All right, if there's a place that I'd want to have breakfast, this is the spot. This is the spot. Look at that.
Is that made out of wood?
I'm not sure. That looks like a tree house.
But it looks like it's wood.
I've noticed that before walking up here. Yeah.
Yeah, actually doing kind of quote real hiking on the other side of the river.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Going real hiking, right?
Yeah, for a little bit.
All right.
It comes back to civilization fairly quickly. See, and just like that, back to civilization. That side of Puerto Vallarta.